Welcome to Poets from the Neighborhood. I am VeerajaR.
And I'm Jeff Hardin. We hope you'll enjoy the poems we'll be reading today, poems written by your friends and neighbors. Today I'll be reading from poems I've recently published. Who even knows what his own voice is? For it ebbs and flows like spring water, and so easily might be confused for a sparrow, for a dove, in the moments after sunrise. And maybe your voice is mine, or mine yours, and all things of the imagination interchangeable, as Williamson told us between patients, their griefs entering his own. For how else be the happy genius of a household? Or why want only a singular voice anyway, when there are so many species of thoughts, so many butterflies to follow sunny days? For maybe you haven't heard the news yet, but you don't have to die in your own mind and heart, but have been welcomed into others. Mine, if you need rest. Mine, if this be your last day. As always it is, for we are never midway on life's journey, dear Dante, dear Issa, needing radishes to point the way. This moment too, ebbing and flowing, gathering David's psalm, for God is sheer beauty, all generous in love, and Rilke's 9th elegy, where we're the most fleeting of all, we who begin where we end, one voice into another, way leading on to way, for where else should we go but where we are going? The two of us gathering whoever will go, me reaching your way, you reaching mine.
I'll be reading today some special poems honoring the memory of our friend Nancy Fletcher-Blume, a local poet and author who had passed on heavenwards this June 22nd. The first poem, Supplication, written by Nancy Fletcher-Blume herself. Needles of pine, brown pine sigh under soft-skinned moccasins as blowing mountain winds are filled of peach rhododendrons, bruised by the passing touch of a gentle brown hand. His head dressed with white owl feathers lifts as the great Issaquina falls, breathes rainbow mists, covering his small birch canoe as it glides away. Accept him, O great Choga River, O great mountains of veiled blue.
Concerning prayers as intermingled, to Mark Jarman. Maybe good reasons exist for anything, for everything that happens. Sometimes, though, I have to wonder. If heaven has a lookout looking out for us, a lot slips through that frankly seems horrific. A mother and son stop to help a motorist, are struck and killed by a semi, while elsewhere in the world the faithful are beheaded, armies fall in place. What Ceylon in all his words could not get past has not relented since his death. Perhaps we have deceived ourselves, believing we have consciousness. Is there really a word that truly means Lord? I know I must be foolish to admit I pause sometimes, if only to imagine in a foreign city, cathedral bells, and someone on the street outside who's moved to tears by how their ringing notes accentuate the silence of the morning's radiance. I like to think our souls have always corresponded. Impossible, of course, but I imagine him as someone who imagines me, and together since our prayers are intermingled. Sad theme of mine, I know, and one I can't get past. I can't get past a childhood friend who drowned one February night. In the bottomlands, he ran off in the freezing river, managed to climb through the window into the truck bed. His girlfriend, not able to swim either, he threw toward the shore in the pitch black dark. Then he drifted toward the absence he became. I try to be there with him as he knows he can't escape, to not imagine how he hears her scream his name, to not imagine what he thinks or doesn't think those final moments feels like an abandonment to me. So sometimes, still, I pray for him, though 30 years have passed. I see the fields we searched that night for hours, spotlights and screaming, hoping that he got ashore downstream. I understand a prayer prayed 30 years ago cannot be prayed again and cannot change an aftermath. I know that knowing never truly gets ashore. It writhes, it flails, it strains and clutches at the absences. I know that anywhere I walk is also elsewhere in the world. Cathedral bells renew the air where days before a bomb explodes. Traffic readjusts. I go on living as if all that happens doesn't leave me in a soul I sometimes do not care about. Still, the moment he goes under, I go under too. Compassed about in that great darkness closing in, I strive against the current. I hold his face to mine.
The next poem, Upon Butterfly Wings, from my book, Joy of Being. Upon butterfly wings, proclaimed upon headstone dead, you shall breach through flesh and bones, riding upon the rainbow's bent, you shall weave through colors of light. Perched upon butterfly wings, you shall breeze through heaven and earth.
A few words left behind. I've no desire to use a different voice with you than with a white oak sapling, moss I walk upon, or creek stones. Even a falling leaf describes a prayer. When bewilderment descends, I give up searching for my hidden name, the one the willow snaps along its links. I turn back toward the fence row, its 6 or 7 posts. Imagine a language pieced together from archaic words we thought we left behind. I could spend all evening staring at 2 trees at the far end of this snow-soaked field. Our people years ago would plant an apple tree some distance from the house to draw the bugs away. A lesson's there for those who keep life's sweetnesses near. The colds moved in to cancel what we've stored away. Will we make the spring? It's envy that I have, but also love for how the grasshopper gets to fling itself away.
The last poem, I Wish, is from my book, Joy of Being. I wish I can heal your pain that I feel deep in my heart. Lost for words, I sob for you. Lost heavy, a caring one. I wish I can stop your tears, make it all go away, and grant you a wish for you to never lose a loved one. Thank you for watching Poets from the Neighborhood. We hope you'll join us again soon.